Are you finding it hard to get new customers or clients for your business? Are you like so frustrated because you don't know what else to get more customers, become more profitable, and grow the business? Hey, I'm Cable. Before you watch one more second, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, because every week I post new videos like this that are designed to help you grow a more successful business and get you thinking maybe in a way that you weren't already. I have a huge pet peeve presently. I see so much commoditization going on in the world. I come from the fitness space, and I would say that the fitness industry has been heavily commoditized of late. Gyms are constantly going out of business. There's so much competition with new gyms popping up all the time, and I see like everybody is competing for the same customers by doing the same things. Let me give you this cheap offer to get you started. And as a consumer, it's wonderful because you get to stand back and pick and go, man, there's all these great places I could go. Which one's going to give me the best deal? But that's not what got us into business and made us successful in the first place, and it's certainly not going to make you successful long term. So first thing, I want you to think about something. Back in the early days when you first started your business, did you actually have an offer? Because I think most people started by being passionate and excited about something that they had a lot of knowledge of. They just started to share it with a lot of people. People started to ask questions, which ultimately led to, can you help me? Can I buy something? Can I buy your services because it solves my immediate problem? Voila, the business is born. But somewhere we shift and became really focused on this discount offer, which really doesn't allow for any customer loyalty. And let me illustrate that point further, because you and I were both consumers, and I don't know about you, but you probably do the same thing as me. I want something, I go research it on the internet, I read reviews, I see if people have a positive opinion on it, I decide I want it, and then I go and search and find out where I can get it the cheapest, and as long as that's reasonably convenient, that's where I go. No loyalty really to anyone. If you're watching this video, that probably isn't the way that you need to run your business or what you need. You need to keep your customers forever. You need to get more loyal customers that will stick with you forever, because you don't have a huge, gigantic marketing budget like some of these big companies that continue to burn through customers, and I don't even think that they can afford to do so. So let's talk about why that happens. When was the last time that you illustrated your customer avatar? And I don't mean like, the basic things that everybody seems to think of in this situation. So for example, here's what everybody normally does. Is my client male or female? As they age range 25 to 40, do they make $100,000 a year? And what is their primary goal? Like weight loss, right? Like this is kind of like the extent of people's customer avatar. And this just doesn't fly, because even in that generic way of creating an offer, there's really no emotion or connection with any of this stuff. And let me give you an example of that. If you were talking to somebody about your services today versus explaining what you do to an old college or high school buddy that you haven't seen in 15 years, would the language be different? Probably, right? That old high school buddy becomes so much more casual. Oh man, how the heck are you? Oh yeah, what do you do these days? Well, like I make people sweat a lot, and I torture them and beat them up and stuff like that. It's so much fun. Like the language that we would use to describe that is very different and off the cuff probably than we would to the person that we're nervous about and trying to meet their approval and making sure that they make a decision to try our services with that anxiety. But knowing your customer avatar extensively will really help you prepare the language that you need. How should it start? Well, find a picture of your desired customer. Who is your favorite customer or favorite client right now? Go to their Facebook page. I know this sounds a little creepy. Go to their Facebook, print one of their pictures, put it on the wall beside a whiteboard like this, or pretend that they're the stick figure. And then start to think about what are their hopes, dreams, and desires, because it's more than just age, gender, and money and stuff like that. It's like we need to solve for them the problem, right? And after we solve the first problem, we need to solve the second problem, and the third problem, and the fourth problem, the fifth problem, and so on. You get my point, right? The more problems we can solve for them, the more we can anticipate what their next problem will be, the longer they will stay with us. And this is how we garner customer loyalty for life. And this is how you find the language that you need to attract people. So let's give you some examples. In the fitness space, we have Mary here. Who is Mary? First off, Mary's female. She's typically a mom. We never had childcare in our facilities, so she typically had one or more children that were in their teens or older. She still had the baby weight from when the child was born. and probably accumulated more weight over the years because she just never made time for herself because she was busy being super mom and looking after the kids. And now she has very low self-confidence or self-esteem, and she finds herself not wanting to do anything, so as she's becoming inactive or sedentary because she doesn't like the way she looks or feels. She doesn't like the clothing that she's worn. She hasn't worn a bathing suit in a long time. So these are all problems that you see that we need to solve, right? So we might realize that Mary, we'll call her Mary, the super mom, needs to lose or wants to lose 20 to 30 pounds. And in the fitness industry, I find like this is the stuff that people get focused on, right? Age, gender, how much money they make, and what is that initial goal of weight loss. But I would argue that Mary's first goal isn't even weight loss. Mary's first goal is to improve her self-confidence, right? And she doesn't have to lose 1 pound on the scale to be more confident. What are some ways that we can improve Mary's self-confidence? Well, through compliments, through social activities with people just like her, through educational resources that help people understand how self-confidence and self-esteem works, the thoughts that we tell ourselves, how we program our own mind. So this could be an email series that if it's written to speak to Mary, the super mom, and telling her that it's okay that she spent those years raising the kids, and it's normal that women like her have neglected themselves, and she's not alone in feeling the way. Do you see how that might already spark a little bit of self-confidence and trust and allow Mary, the super mom, to connect with us? And that's the point. That's the point, is when we start to rationalize and we start to relate and we start to walk a mile in Mary's shoes and we start to think about what she's seeing, feeling, what she wants through problem 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and we begin to communicate with her. When Mary is thinking, I need to do something, she's already thinking about your business, right? And the reason that that's important is it's not that she's like, I want to buy the service of that place. It's more the matter of, this is the solution that I want, right? These people understand me. I feel like they already know me, so I'm interested or believe that their solution is the best solution for me. You see, the importance of that is that nowhere in that reasoning do we relate cost, and it's no longer about cost comparison from one business to another, right? It is about, this is the solution I want, and we are all willing to pay more than we want if we believe it's the best solution for us. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me there hasn't been a time in your life where you could have got something cheaper but chose to pay more because you felt better about that particular option. Guys, I can't stress the importance of taking the time to properly define a customer avatar. Go deep, spend a couple of hours on this with a whiteboard, a few pieces of paper, and just really trying to put yourself in that person's shoes. Really dive deep into what are their problems, what are the things that they'll experience. What happens when Mary, the super mom, does become more confident, gets more active, gets into a bathing suit, and loses 20 to 30 pounds? What happens next? Not sure? Watch my video on why goals can be underwhelming and the gap theory, because we all experience this. When we reach this stage, it's like the horizon has moved. We get here and think, I will be so excited to be that person that's in the bathing suit and skinny and confident myself, only to look in the mirror and go, well, this is good, but I wish I looked like such and such a celebrity, or I wish that I could do this, or I wish that this was gone, or that was different. The point is it's like the ideal will continually shift as we achieve one thing and on to the next. How can you anticipate what that is for Mary and a bigger part of her journey? And here's what happens when you do that, guys, is that you stop focusing on offers, you attract better people, and those better people bring you even more people, because when they have success and when they know a company is supportive of them long-term and intuitive about what their hopes, dreams, and desires are, they want to expose their friends and family to it. Guys, draft out your customer avatar. I'm Cable. I hope this was helpful. You got questions, please answer or post comments, ask me questions. I'd love to help. Hit the subscribe button. Tune in next week. I'll have something new for you.